Speaking of Amari Stoudemire, doesn't Bam Adebayo remind you of 2009 Amari Stoudemire?
Bro, you've been wanting to get this take off now for 3 weeks, man.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Talk your talk, Pop
Oh,
Mom.
I mean, look, the way
but
they
Bam
play,
is nowhere near as athletic, bro. Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about like production because the numbers are very similar. Very
Production.
similar.
The problem is that production is it's a skewed
metric.
Yeah, it's a skewed metric because there's it doesn't take into account style. It doesn't take into account
Well, other than athleticism, what did Amari do that Bam doesn't do right now?
Amari could get his own bucket individually.
He
could break you down off the
and he had a better post game. He had a better post game. Period.
Yeah, his package was
Amari was Bam is a fraud.
Wow, you just wanted that to happen, huh? You just wanted us to gang up on Bam. We just did the Pod Mama's bidding right now. Right? We just did his bidding.
Well,
he was
like, dance
puppet master.
Dance. Now we the same thing on CA.
That's why I left it alone a month ago. I knew I saw the setup when he said that.
I just wanted y'all to call out Bam for the fraud that he is. Wow, man.
No, he's like, I couldn't get you guys with Tyler Hero.
I like Bam a lot.
I couldn't get you guys with Tyler. I'm
just tired. I'm just tired of the discourse Miami Heat fans have with Bam Adebayo saying that he's like this all-world player that he is. I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on.
I think Bam is a post game, like a legitimate post move, like away from being like a great player. Like if he went to Elijah Wan's camp and really studied, or went to Melo's camp, listen. Talk to the OG. Get you a low post game. Bro. I think Bam is
nothing but an oversized wing. He's not even a low post defender.
Honestly, bro,
come on.
Pause real quick. Hold on.
That makes a lot of sense.
Son, I was watching that Rockets Pelican game. This dude was giving them work.
Yo,
he was giving them work.
Lou is right. They need to run the offense through Sengun. Sengun is obviously
treat him like Elijah Wan in Houston, bro.
He's obviously their number one. Jalen is their number two. I would say Fred is like a 2B, and Dylan
Jabari's a number 3,
a 4, a 3.
Well, follow me on this, fellas. Follow me on this.
Funny.
There's always that period where you don't know if this is who they are, or if there's more in the tank. And I think that's where they're at with those two players. They can't definitively say, because let's say this. What every front office hates to happen, right? FOMO. I trade Jalen, and then all of a sudden for that team, he starts averaging 25 to 25 I wanted. You get what I'm saying? And if I just stuck with him one more year you get what I mean? That's where they're stuck. I think between.
I think it's more than that. It's
and I can't blame them for that though.
I think
Jabari
teams are afraid.
But
teams are afraid to zag. Teams are
afraid. So here's my thing with Jalen. Right, what I wanted to see this season is like Kevin Porter Jr. is gone, so now you're supposed to be the clear number one. Can you step into that role? Like we were talking about Maxey. Can you step into that role and show that?
But he's not doing it. There, though.
Why not? Why not? He doesn't need to be ball dominant. He doesn't need to be ball dominant. He showed that with Kevin Porter Jr. there. So why Van Vliet being there, he can't produce? They brought in Van Vliet because they needed somebody who could be a true point guard and ball handler, because they knew Jalen Green wasn't that. Jalen Green is supposed to be their number 2 and really produce in terms of, he's supposed to be the number 1 scorer. He's supposed to be the one that's really, in terms of their offense, the one who they're running their offense to. They're not. They haven't been. They tried to do it with Kevin Porter Jr. because they saw they weren't doing it with him last season. And Jabari Smith been shown he can't do that, and he's way too inconsistent. So I expected Jalen Green this season to really step up in being that number 1 option for the team, and he hasn't been, at least not on a consistent basis. So, all right, cool, we got Van Vliet. We give you somebody so you don't have to worry about ball handling at all. You don't have to worry about being the one that's running the offense at all. We need you to just go out there and ball, score, be the option that we need you to be.
Well, he can't, because Van Vliet's taking all the shots.
But why do you think Van Vliet's taking the shots?
I mean, they both can't. They both are inefficient. Really not. They're both inefficient. They both shoot 39%.
Averaging 16 a game.
Exactly, bro.
He's averaging 19 last year for Toronto.
Exactly. And I think
Jalen Green,
his field goal percentage is awful, though.
My only nitpick to what Lou just said And it's not. I agree with what Lou just said. My only nitpick is that when he says that Jabari Smith has been inconsistent. My only slight nag with
Jabari is who he was.
but you're putting him
Yeah, I know.
in front of the line with Jalen Green. This is Jabari's second season. Yes, we should be
Yeah, it's
seeing
Jalen's
some
third.
steps,
Yeah,
some improvement. This is Jalen's third
third.
season.
Yeah.
So I'm more critical of him because
Agreed.
come on.
Agreed.
Still
Agreed.
young. He's still young. He's
Agreed.
20.
He's still
22.
young, but I think to everybody's point is, I understand that Curse. Okay, we trade him, and then he blossoms somewhere else.
See, my point about Jabari though, he was never brought in as the number one option, right? So
Yeah, but
look
here's
I
my
don't
thing,
agree
yo.
with that.
Here's the thing, yo.
over Porter Jr.
Against
and
Atlanta,
Green.
against
Bro,
against
I
Atlanta,
have
he
let
gave
me
you.
let me just say this Porter Jr. love that you have. I've
I have
never
no
thought
Porter Jr.
anything.
love.
Well, not love. I'm just saying, just putting him anywhere in this conversation.
He loves to beat his
Kevin
girlfriends. That's what he loves to do.
I haven't thought anything of Kevin Porter Jr.
The only reason why I
should have
think about
never
it
been
is
any
this.
part of this equation. But
So I bring him up
Where?
because of last season. If you were to say,
Mhm.
okay, I look at this roster.
mhm,
If I designate a 1, 2, and 3, who would have it
mhm.
been?
It should have been Jalen Green and Jabari Smith. Anything that Kevin Porter Jr. was doing was taking away from where the development should have been. Jalen
I don't
Green
disagree
and
with you.
Jabari
I don't
Smith.
disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But at the end of the day, he was on the roster, and I mean, but
Yeah.
Do you agree with him or disagree with him?
Chill out, man.
I
Chill
said I
out.
don't disagree. But I
He
said at the
knows
end of the day,
he knows what you
So
said.
he says it's a double negative. He can't follow.
Speaking of pivoting, can we pivot to going back to D'Lo being a scapegoat? Because I do want
Oh,
to get
back
into
to this Laker talk.
I
we didn't
will
even talk about the
hold
Lakers
on,
at
we'll
all.
talk
So
about it.
I don't know why you
No.
guys are
No,
getting all
no,
fucking
Back
up in
to
we
this
did.
arms.
Hold on,
Laker
hold
We didn't
on.
even,
Let me
we didn't even talk to
apologize.
we talked about it for like 2
Let me
minutes.
and let me apologize.
That's 2
for
minutes
it.
too long.
Fuck
I
y'all.
thought
How about
so.
that?
Whether I'm right, or whether I'm wrong,
It's 2
I
minutes too long.
thought the purpose of the first segment was to talk about the Lakers. So I went in on the Lakers for the jump, right? And I thought we were gonna have some back and forth on the like. I didn't throw that stuff out there for it to not be touched on again. So I mean, if you want to get your D'Lo takes on that, that's fine.
Wait, you don't
I-
think he's the scapegoat?
No, I
Hans got
don't.
me up out of there quick. They got me up
Well,
out of
he
there.
was
Hans
telling me
and
we
Lou
gotta
got
move
me up
on.
out of there quick. He said, "Nah, we ain't here to talk about the Lakers. We're here to talk about Christmas
Well, F
Day."
the Lakers. It's on record. But you don't think
You keep
D'Lo's
you keep
been
not wanting to
placed
talk
as the
about the Lakers.
scapegoat?
It's gonna cost us viewership. I'm just telling you.
At
Nah,
least, at
Lakers
least,
being
at least
trash is
without
what's
us-
costing
Keep
us
on not
viewership.
wanting to
Mama's
talk about the
friends,
Lakers on. See
man.
what happens to our listeners.
You'll put some hex on me.
this
No,
sounds
I'm just
very.
telling you. I'm just telling you
You
where
do right
where
by
most
This
me.
people are
sounds
gonna be listening.
personal. This sounds personal.
No,
Everything
I'm
you
telling you exactly
touch
where the
is gonna crumble.
clips come from.
Show me the
Anywho, you don't think D'Lo's being painted as a
It's because you
scapegoat?
share with all
He
your
is
friends.
being painted as a
Christian.
scapegoat because I feel like the biggest issue Lakers have is their rotations. I really do. You can't put out 3 players in TP, Cam, and Vando together with LeBron and AD and think that offense is gonna work. You, in theory, you might think that the defense is gonna be great, but TP doesn't play defense. Let's get that straight. TP does not play any defense.
In what defensive scheme? Or you say he doesn't play 1-on-1? That's one thing.
Okay, there. Not only did he change the lineup, he changed the defense as well. So he went from a drop coverage, stay on your man defense to a switch defense in that new rotation.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying
So
to use it for. But they're using it for his length.
So
But
is
why
D'Lo
is he
not
changing defensive
underperforming?
schemes in the middle of the fucking season? Why are you getting away from something that worked last year?
So so it sounds like a coaching situation. That's what you're discussing.
I mean, you guys know I've been on this for
He
Yes,
says
I would-
we need a coaching change up. That's what he's saying.
I just
that's basically.
it's come to a point where it's like someone needs to say something because
But this is the point of we're saying about D'Lo being a scapegoat. If
that's the
D'Lo's
LeBron
not
fans. LeBron fans just are impatient. That's why they want to point
but
the finger at someone.
in terms of touching what Hans is talking about, right? What he was saying in terms of if D'Lo's a scapegoat, or rather, you would agree that D'Lo's a scapegoat because of coaching issues.
Let me ask this. Is there any team in the league where there's 3 players averaging 20?
Sounds like a trick question.
Nope.
So, and this is why. At the end of the day,
Boston.
what more do you want from D'Lo?
KP's not averaging 20.
Hans, I asked the same thing because all these
What more?
motherfuckers
'Cause
keep on clamoring about Levine.
The
He
Levine.
has-
Celtics. The Celtics.
Levine
have
is not going to
3 players
average the
averaging 20.
22 points
I
that he
was just about to bring
averages as a third
Hold
star.
on,
He's not.
man.
He's
No,
not going
you
to get those
can't-
shots up.
You can't toss this question out.
No, I'm asking. I'm not saying I know the answer, but
Celtics?
I'm asking because
I don't
like I
think
don't
so.
see
I
too
don't
many
think so.
teams
The
in the
Celtics.
NBA.
I'm telling you, the Celtics.
Who?
Right, that's
Tatum-
it. But I'm saying
Jaylen
it's not a
Brown,
normal
Tatum,
thing.
and KP.
I was about to say KP is averaging 20 right at this
I'm
moment.
looking at it right now. I'm not.
How nice
I'm
of
not
KP
just-
to finally live up to his potential again. With the
Well,
Celtics.
when he's
KP has
a
been
number
good
3
the past
option,
3 years.
if he's a number 3 option, of course, I'm gonna just ball.
He was the number 3 option with the Mavs, and he wasn't doing jack shit.
His number 2 option.
He was number
Yeah, I
2
was about to
option
say,
with
he
the
was definitely the
Mavs,
number
man.
2, bro.
He was number 2, man.
And he
Come on,
didn't. He
man.
didn't understand the
Jalen Brunson
assignment.
was the number 2.
And Jalen Brunson became the number 2.
I'm going
I'll give you
on
that.
mute. I'm going on mute.
The Heat, Tyler Hero, Bam, and Jimmy.
Tyler Hero.
Yeah, 24.
No. He
games,
hasn't
man.
played enough games, bro. That's
Yeah, we gotta put a
Enough
cap on
games
that.
for what? This isn't an
Nah,
award show.
nah, come on.
The Heat
dog.
doesn't
You
even.
said this is
The
an
Heat don't
award
even
show.
value Tyler
Alright,
Hero.
bro.
Yeah,
So I
it-
played 2 games. I scored 20. Now I'm averaging.
He's
Come on,
averaging
dog.
24 games. man.
That's
Alright,
crazy.
Alright,
Hero
bro.
can average
Alright.
30 points a
He's
game,
definitely
and
gonna
then
go
the
back
Heat will still
He's
try to
played
trade him.
13 games this year. 13 games.
Damn, that's it.
24
Jesus
games.
Christ.
He just got back from
Jesus, guys.
injury, man.
I'm done, man.
I've
No,
given
but
you
I
2
agree
so
with Hans.
far.
I mean, you don't need 3 20 points per game players.
Starters.
There's-
Starters.
There's not enough shots to go around for that to happen. It usually,
Evan's take on the Lakers coming up next. I will say, in-season tournament, y'all looked very formidable. It looked like y'all had fallen into some type of cohesion that looked long-lasting. Y'all looked defensively, y'all looked overpowering like that 20 team, where it looked like a lot of size, a lot of length.
They're
and then we
not
went away
playing
from
like
it.
that, though.
Pause. So I have a
Yeah.
question though. Because in terms of this OT thing, right? Like I want to know how real we could really get with this because I hear what you're saying. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there with it. But point
Nah,
being is,
go there, man.
I hear
Don't
what you're
question
saying.
how
No,
real
it's all
we can
good.
really get, man.
Ev,
Get real, son.
I see what you're saying, but
Yo,
from what
son,
I
be
said-
real, kid.
Yeah, don't start that, bro. You're not really from up top. So
Boy.
what I'm really going with is like, yo, at the end of the day, it
Man,
goes
that
back
hurt
to what I was saying
I'm
before.
about
It
to
was a
get my
legacy
black
play.
nutcracker on you, bro. How dare you
Hey.
take that from me, man?
Hey, bro. He real
did.
You
stationary
need to
right now,
fucking
bro.
relax, guy.
I did 8
But-
years, dog.
My point is like, yo, this team, like, yo, it was a legacy play. Everybody was in concert saying, like, look, LeBron not gonna get much. And he's like, look, man, I need this win. I need this tournament championship. I know I'm not getting nothing else. So I think that was a concerted effort for a particular goal that's not a 7-game series.
Wow.
And that's just that. That's what the in-season tournament
But
was.
Lou,
we have
look
to
at the
accept that.
difference. Look at the difference of how LeBron looked in the in-season tournament to these regular season games. When the Lakers looked their best defensively, what was the difference? It's rhetorical.
LeBron's engagement.
Thank you.
LeBron's
Yes,
engagement.
yes.
But we know that. But again, this goes back to what I was saying before. How much does LeBron really have? Like, yo, respectfully, that's not fair. It's not fair for them to.
You're saying
But LeBron sets the tone. If
You're
he's
saying
supposed to be the leader of that
LeBron's-
team, if he's over here moping and shit, or he's being lazy as shit, arguing with the refs, doesn't get back on defense, and then there's a fucking quick 2 points on the other team, that's gonna demoralize the team.
LeBron has been doing that forever. So what are you gonna do? You have LeBron on your team. You know he's gonna do that. What are you gonna do?
you're saying
I'm just pointing out what's
You're
going
s-
on.
You're saying LeBron's playing the marathon game here, basically. He revved up for the sprint of the in-season tournament.
That's it.
Check
I mean,
the box.
that's
got,
fine,
got
but
that.
then play your
and
wings.
now he's
Play your
now he's
wings.
playing. But the challenge is it to kind of the lose point. In the past, you knew LeBron was going to do that. The rest of your roster was at least strong enough to carry the team during LeBron's, whether it's his 2 week
Mhm.
sabbaticals or his
Mhm.
period of times where he was coasting, so to
Oh, I thought
speak.
you were gonna
Mhm.
just stop at his period, but never mind. My
That's what
bad.
here.
But then the coach
But
doesn't play the players that are supposed to do that because he'd rather play 3 guard lineups. He'd rather play Rui at 5 when Rui's supposed to be the one that's relieving LeBron.
But let me ask
well,
you a
you
question. So you
said,
don't
well, I
think
mean, hold on,
LeBron?
hold on, Lou, hold on one second,
All
Lou.
right.
I gotta jump on that because you just said he's playing Rui at the 5, which you don't like, but then you're saying Jackson Hayes is giving you nothing at the 5 in
Mhm.
his 10 minutes, and you don't
Mhm.
like, and you don't have any other size on the roster. But
I
then
would
you're
rather see
saying
Christian Wood
Palenka
at the
did a good
5.
job of putting the roster together.
I'd rather see
So
Christian Wood at the 5 as a backup.
I mean, we've seen the
If
Christian
you're gonna
Woods.
play Jackson Hayes, then you need to play Christian Wood next to him. You need two bigs with Jackson Hayes because Jackson Hayes is not gonna be that defender you need around the rim. You
I
need
think
someone
what
to
you
roam.
described. I think what you just described is the issue in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Is that you're saying if your options are at the 5 are Rui, Christian
No,
Wood,
he's not an option.
and Jackson Hayes, I don't think you have an
You in
option at the
trouble.
5.
You in
Yeah,
trouble, bro.
you in
You
trouble.
trouble. Big trouble, man. Wow.
Yeah, this is why before the season I was clamoring for Bismack Biyombo over Jackson Hayes, personally.
Which actually would not have been a bad move for y'all, to be completely honest.
I wanted Bismack. I wanted him really bad.
Bro, who gave Ja this illness,
Well, you
man?
know,
That's what I want to know.
Nicholas should just go to his fucking horses and just get out of here.
Say it with your chest. You're gonna say it, Pop Mamba. Let's go.
Oh, Nicholas should just go back to his horses and just get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, leave the blue collar worker alone, man. I love Jokic.
You remember the
love
era
it.
Hold
of
on. Let's talk about that.
the
though.
era of plumbers.
It's just a game for
he's,
him, man.
He's bringing back
It's a
the era of
game.
plumbers of the league, right?
Listen, man.
As a matter of fact, fellas, remember we talked about that. You know how they had the big hoopla about all white team, all black team, best all time white team, best all time black team.
I tried to put one together in Utah last week. I didn't know if y'all was going for that or not.
We should talk about that.
John
Christian,
Stockton,
read the
Larry
Jokic
Bird.
read the Jokic quote for us real quick.
Which
If
one?
you don't have it, I'll pull it up. The
Which
one y'all
one?
sent in the chat.
I
I
love
got
it.
you. Jokic said, "When I finish my career, I really wish nobody knows me. I really don't like this life because at the end of the day, we are just basketball players. It just feels sad whenever you go to the bar, restaurant, some game, people are just taking their phones out and trying to record you. I think that's really, I'm going to say rude. It's not that I'm out showing myself, I'm just who I am." I agree with
love
him
that, bro.
100%, man.
No,
I
you're
love that, bro.
no, Hans.
I love that.
If he doesn't want to be in the limelight, then go play fucking Europe.
Stop it. Stop it.
Go play in Europe.
No, Christian, this is the biggest issue of the NBA right now, bro.
Oh my
They want to be
gosh.
celebrities before they're ballers.
It's
They
not
want to
about
be
that.
celebrities more.
Lou.
Yes, it is because
The talent that you are, if you're playing in the best basketball league in the world, you're gonna get notoriety. So
Doesn't
you
mean he
being
has to
upset
like it.
about having
but that
that
doesn't mean. But that see, you're missing what his point. His point is like, look, bro, when it's all said and done, I'm cool with being a regular guy. I do this because I love this game.
Mhm.
I'll give an example in a completely different sport, right? Where we see Andrew Luck did this. Andrew Luck retired early because of the same, but he had a flip phone in the 2000s era, right? Just because you're a great player doesn't necessarily mean that you love the celebrity that comes with it. You love the game. This is why you got here. Because of your love of the game and because of how well you play the game at the level you play, that's what brought you celebrity. You're not a celebrity that plays basketball. You're a basketball player that then became a celebrity.
Mhm.
I think
And
that's
not
the biggest
everybody-
flex too. He's like, look, I'm doing this to y'all, and I'm getting on this court and I'm putting work in.
And I actually
y'all.
really,
Yeah, and it's not that big of a deal to me. Like I'm going home.
That's fine,
Be
but
here.
I mean,
if
I just
people
don't
didn't,
know.
if
I
my
need him to
jersey
be
didn't have my name on my back, y'all wouldn't even know me.
Again, that's
Yeah.
fine, but it is an entertainment league. You need to understand that it's gonna come with it. You're one of the greatest
But
players in the
he
NBA.
he
It's
He
gonna
knows
didn't say
that,
he
but
didn't understand it
he
didn't
didn't
come
say
with it.
that.
He
He
just
said
doesn't
he's
when
like
I,
it.
complaining about it. I don't need to hear him complain.
he's not
I'm tired of him
complaining. He said when
complaining.
I retire, I'm good when nobody knows it. He says I don't particularly care for this
Read-
celebrity life.
read the second part of that thing. He does say that, Lou, but then he also starts bringing in, when I go to a bar, I don't like when people look at, like, I don't like people giving me that. Isn't that what he said?
No, he
He
basically
said
I
it
don't like
just
when people
feels
take their
sad
phones out
whenever
and
you
so on
go
and
to
so
the
forth. I don't
bar,
like paparazzi.
restaurant, some game. People are just taking their phones out and trying to record you. I think that's really, I'm gonna say, rude. It's not that I'm not showing myself. I'm just who I am. I mean, listen, man. I agree. Like
I love it.
I
I love it
do. Like
100%.
I think
I love
that
it
He's like,
at the end of the
I'm
day,
just a
people are
regular dude.
humans.
I love
People
it,
are
bro.
humans, man. Like you want to be able to. And granted, I understand you can't just go everywhere. I understand that. Yes, it does come with the package of being, a famous basketball player. But yeah, you don't have to like it. I mean, you should be able to go somewhere and folks just not be recording you like you're not human.
Christian, man. Not
Like,
everybody wants that LA lifestyle you got over there, man. We
Motherfucker,
know
if
you're
I
a
see
big
if I
deal over
see
exactly
there.
if
what
I
it
see
is.
You're a
any
pod
7-footer,
mamba
if
over
I see any
there.
7-footer in the
You
club, I'm
know.
fucking recording that big ass.
No, you're not.
Oh,
I don't even care.
If you
I don't
don't
even care who
know,
you are.